안녕하세요. 저는 에이미입니다. 저는 최적입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 스티븐입니다. 저는 조민준입니다.
And we're back with another episode of Rank the Debut. This is the baby. NCT Dream Chewing Gum. This was the very first NCT I ever watched, and I was just like, yes, these children are adorable. So I'm very excited. I love Dream. I think Dream is your least favorite unit.
Yes.
I love NCT Dream. And Stephen has heard this song before. I've tried to get him to watch it, but he hasn't, I don't think, fully sat down to watch it, or if he has, he's strategically forgotten. But we're doing Chewing Gum, NCT Dream. Let's go for it.
Alright.
So good. I love it so much. My cheeks hurt.
Okay. So, we're going to start with introduction. I agree.
My cheeks hurt so much from smiling.
I would probably go an 8.5.
You got to see all of them. They all had a solo bit, or at least once from when they were singing or rapping. You got to see their personalities. You got to see them interacting with each other.
It's honestly because I need that notification of who's who.
So you're deducting.
I don't know. For me, it was also rushed. I didn't get enough time with each particular face.
Okay.
I know who Mark is, and so
Everyone knows who Mark is. He's debuted only about 1 billion times.
But I feel like there were certain members in that song that got more time facial recognition wise, especially like the young Maknae.
Jisung.
He had a lot of.
But again, it's gonna be different, and I'm trying not to take it full on like it, but it's harder for me because I know every single member.
I know.
You don't. You can pick out a couple of the members, but that's not really Dream because you don't really watch a lot of Dream. Yeah. Like Haechan was in there, and he's in 127. I'm not sure if you picked that, but they were so much younger. They looked so much younger. Oh my gosh, Chunla. What the? Ronjun looked infant.
But yeah, so I think an 8.5 is good for me.
I'd be a 9. Because I feel like you saw a lot of them. You could pick them. I may be bringing a little bit of the knowledge of I love this song and I've watched it like 100 times and I know all of them, but you do get to see quite a bit of them.
Music?
I love the music.
I know you do.
Honestly, for me, it's like a 10 for music because it's so catchy, it is so good, and it is so... It's basically like the pinnacle of a couple years ago when someone said, oh, I listen to K-pop, that's what you thought of. Like, it was so much in the time, and it's so nostalgic as well. Looking back, you're looking at it, you're just like, this is what K-pop was, and they were leaning so much into it, but they're the babies, they're the Dream, and it was very age appropriate, and it was hilarious, and I love the beat. I just love the music is a 10 for me.
Okay.
It won't be a 10 for you.
No, because musically it is so overly repetitive. There's no real break, and when it does get a break, even that break is real repetitive. They're simple, and then they're so simple that it's just too simple. It doesn't feed my soul, this song.
Okay, that's fine.
So, but for what it is, and especially for a debut song, it is still quite high though. So I would probably say an 8.
Okay.
Yes, it's got the repetitiveness, but it's
It's so fun.
The problem is for me, I remember this song quite long after I've heard it because it is quite catchy.
Yep.
So there is a lot of reasons why I am ranking it so high and why, but why I've deducted so many points.
It's not your style.
Yeah, visual.
So colourful. It was so colourful. It had the little pops of everything in there.
Also had so much going on.
It was a bit busy.
Yeah.
Like you can still have
it's
fun. It's
definitely
and
mischievous,
everything.
which is what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go 7.5.
I'd probably go 7.5 as well because it was just a bit too much, and it made sense. It didn't fully take away from it, but it was like, you're just like, this is so much fun, but you were in times going, I'm a little bit lost.
Yeah.
Dance. You saw a lot of dance. It was very technical, but not overly done. It wasn't too simple. It was really great. Also, you did see a part of it in there that they were on their like hoverboards. I know this because I know them. They do also have another version of this music video, like of this song, dance version, where the whole thing is on the hoverboards. It is so technical and it is brilliant. Like they had to not only learn their choreography, but learn how to do their choreography modified to be on a hoverboard and going around the entire stage.
No, that's too much.
Like, that's crazy.
That's too much.
They did amazing, but that wasn't in the music video. I'm just putting that in there.
I know.
You saw a little bit of that where you're just like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But they did actually have to learn how to do the whole thing on that. Which is crazy. But anyway, you saw a lot of the dance. There was repetitive and like the but that was only in the chorus.
Yeah, but that's part of the
fun.
Yeah. And I think that's a good memorable thing.
Yeah. Like for dance wise, I will always remember like it's very on point.
I'd probably say an 8.
I'd go 8.5 because it's not the best dance, but it was really, really good. You saw a lot of it, and it wasn't overly simplified, but it wasn't overly technical either, unless you're talking about on the hoverboards, which we only saw a little bit of.
Okay. So now we're up to the lyrics. It sounds like a kindergarten play.
They were the babies.
I know.
It fits it. You cannot tell me that lyricism is too deep for a debut.
No, it's definitely not. That's
the opposite.
It's completely the opposite. Yeah.
It's on brand.
But I feel like it's like Crayon.
But Crown did it better.
Yeah.
But the flow of it in Korean.
It's really good. I guess my problem for me is I'm not relating to it.
No, obviously. It's for their age group.
I know.
I mean, how old were they? How old was Jisung when this came out?
Well, 7 years ago.
So he was 15. Mark was... It's aimed to like the young ones to get them in because again, SM was pushing, this is NCT Dream, they're the younger ones. These ones are for the primary school, pre-teen, high school demographic.
Anyway, a 7.5. That part of me that just can't relate to it.
7.5 as well. Like, it's very catchy, it's very everything, it's very on brand. But again, lyrically, it's like...
Yeah.
Just off the mark.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so memorability for me...
10.
Is...
It's so memorable. I'm sorry.
So my short-term memory for this song...
His short-term memory for this song is, Amy, I want to kill you.
Yes.
Chewing gum.
So I can't rate it low like I want to. I want to rate this song low.
In the depth of your heart, you want to give it a 0.
But I would be lying.
Yes, you would be.
Because yes, this song is a lot more memorable than I would like it to be.
But also long term, you may not fully remember it, but if it's brought up, then you're just like, yeah, I remember it.
Which is why I'm getting to the point of it's probably a 6 for me.
Okay.
That's high for this song. I'm giving it credit, alright? Because I remember it for all the wrong reasons.
That's still remembering it.
Alright, so We're moving on to the next.
In the NCT world, WAYV's debut, which is Regular, which was an original NCT 127 song, but they're doing it in their Chinese.
Yes.
So we were looking at it when we were doing this, and I was saying, well, their debut was...
In the comment section how you guys feel about this. Do you think that the WAYV group should have had their own personal debut and not just a song that had already been released for 127 but just changed into their native language? Okay, so straight into it. Intro wasn't great.
No, but at the beginning of the song, before all of the crazy visual effects, you'd get to see all of them sing. You didn't get to see a whole lot of Henry's face until later on in the music video, which was a little bit annoying. Also, they showed Yang Yang, but at the beginning and in the middle of the music video, they completely changed Yang Yang's appearance. Like at the beginning, it was him in like a beanie, which was like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. And they did change like the visuals of a couple of the members throughout it, costuming wise and stuff like that. In the middle of it, he has slick back hair and glasses on. Like if you didn't know them, you would think, who the heck is that guy?
Just another member.
Like he wasn't one of the ones that they've shown.
Yeah. No, when I saw the rapping part, that was the literal first time I actually put a face to who their voices. Pretty much the rest of it, I'm like, who's doing what?
I mean, at the beginning, you did see a couple of
I didn't notice though, but it was poor. It's probably like a 4.
Yeah, it wasn't great. We'll go 4.5 though, because I did see a bit more than what you could.
I love Regular because music, I think that is peak SM quality. I think that song is just like peak.
It's a good song. Like
really
I can
good.
tell why that when they were going, oh, WAYV's gonna do a song that one of the other NCTs has already done. I understand why they picked Regular. Like Regular is such a good song.
Yes. At the same time, if you're like me and you would have heard that song before,
you feel like it's a cover and they didn't do it
right
justice, but it's the same song.
Yeah.
So,
but
we're doing this
as a debut though. I would still say the music's the same rating anyway.
Yeah.
I'd rank this song music-wise for this song as a 9.
It's a great song.
It is.
It's a 9 song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Visuals?
The only redeeming visual was 10. Like that's where all of my points are going to. I'm sorry, that hurt my eyes. The overuse of the green screen was really annoying. I feel like this was just very rushed. That wasn't their fault. I feel like it was production. It's just the lighting.
It's never their fault.
It was too distracting. The visuals were just too distracting. Visuals of them and costuming and everything, beautiful. 10, sit the heck down. You need to stop.
I still feel like the visuals need actually quite a bit of work. I just feel like because they were copying a song, they've messed up. It's not original. So
it should have been more of a... You could still have aspects of that to make it kind of like an interesting watch. And I know that WAYV, especially back then, was very like industrial kind of stuff. You could have done it more like action figure. It was still very industrial, very their thing, but you're focusing more on them. Kickback. It was more focused on them.
They were copying a song from 127.
And they had aspects of the 127 in it.
But they've tried to change it to match the WAYV vibe. But
they did it poorly.
They did it, yeah. I'd probably go with 4.5.
Yeah.
I love WAYV. Please don't assume that we don't.
Yes, next. There wasn't a lot of... I mean, there was dance, but there also wasn't a lot of dance, and it was just... It took away... I couldn't really focus on the dance, but also...
Messy.
Yeah, and also it was... Again, it's a copy. That's the thing. It just comes down to the fact that it was a copy, and we know the other song. 10 killed it, though.
Because it was so messy, I would probably go again 4.5. I won't remember it. I honestly thought that was my first time watching it.
But it wasn't.
But it wasn't.
4.5. Lyrics.
Even this song feels so messy.
Regular is very much a kind of like... It's not a debut. Because it's very... I don't want to say up yourself.
It's egotistical.
Yeah, which makes sense with NCT 127 because they'd been around for a while when they did it, and it was kind of like a... You could tell that it was kind of like a, we got so much money, and it's a dig because they don't, because they have to split it like 25,000 different ways. Like, but
it's a swagger song.
It's swag, but also it's not WAYV.
No, it's not.
They're not. I mean, they're swag, but they're not swag. I don't think it was a good fit. I understand why you did it because it was a very popular song and it's a very good song. But again,
it's not a debut song, though.
Yeah.
Just reading those lyrics, I just feel so lost and so like, what's going on? 4? No, I'll agree with you there. I'm gonna go 4. Yeah.
Because it's not just the lyrics; it's the lyrics for the group as well. And it just doesn't work. Like, if they had released this later on, maybe once you know them. I don't really remember.
I don't remember this song at all.
This version of this song.
I really don't.
If I think of regular, I think of the
127.
English version of 127.
Yes, exactly right. That's what I think.
And also, when we were going through them, it's like, oh, WAYV's debut. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was regular.
I'm probably going to say 1. I don't remember this as a WAYV song. I remember it as a 1-2 because if you say
it's a
regular,
127 song.
If you say 1-2, if you
it's
say
not
regular,
a WAYV song.
No, if you say regular, I don't think of WAYV at all. It doesn't come into my equation. I just
the only time it does is if someone goes, oh, how many versions of regular are there? It's like, okay, well,
but how
there's
often
3.
does that question come up?
I know, but then at that point, it's like, well, there's 3. There's the Korean, the English, and the Chinese. Oh, yeah, because WAYV did it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not...
You don't... If I'm gonna listen to it, I put on NCT 1... I put on 127 English version.
Again, we love WAYV. This was just for a debut.
I am so glad that they're around, though, because there are so many songs that I would have missed out on that I love.
As a group, they're solid.
You know we did that.
You wanna keep back.
See, that's their swagger song that suits them.
This is the last of the NCTs.
Until the new one.
For now. The debut of NCT as a whole, which was NCT 2018, because they did also have it NCT 2020, but this was the first official NCT as a whole one. And this came from like NCT 2018, like yearbook and stuff like that, which was their debut album as a full.
2018. Black on Black. This is also my first time watching it.
Hearing it as well, I think.
Yes.
I haven't watched this in ages.
Intro.
There was hardly an intro to like anyone. You got to see the couple who was singing.
Yeah.
But you didn't even get really all of them singing. So introduction wise, it was a bit blah. Like you couldn't even see a good visual of all of them. But again, it was a performance video.
I didn't really get a chance to incorporate myself into who was who or...
Yeah,
I was so...
and that's the thing. It was only the people that you really got to see. Like you saw Taeyong.
Yeah.
Taeyong was the main.
There was so many members there, and I feel like they should have rotated a bit better and at least had them all have a moment.
Yeah.
Probably a 3.5.
I mean, intro to members is intro to members, not intro to 3 of the members.
Yeah.
So, I would say 2.
Right.
Yeah, like there's no part where you can actually fully pause it and see all of the members, really.
I'm probably gonna go with you on that because I talking about it changes my mind about it, and there's just not. Yeah. Okay, music. Average.
Yeah.
I would probably go 5.
Yeah, 5.
Visuals.
Was good. It was...
Lighting's good.
It was lighting and everything just kept the same because, again, it was a performance video.
Yes. Which we're taking into consideration.
You let them shine.
Yes.
Which was good, and they were very well lit. You could see who they wanted you to see. You could see them, and you could see the movements, and you could see all of that. So visual wise, it was really good.
I would probably put visuals at an 8.5.
Yeah, I'd say 8.5. Just the same for this at the moment. The dance was great.
Yes.
Dance was amazing, and to have that many members and for it to not look like a complete mess was really good, and it had a lot of technical stuff in it. You separated the members a little bit as well, so I really liked the dance. I think the dance is about a 9.
That's what I was gonna say, a 9.
Yeah. Black on black.
I just feel very egotistical again. And I feel like a debut song shouldn't be so egotistical. But
again,
they've been around.
They'd been around for a while. And this was just them going, okay, so this is our first official lineup of NCT as a whole. And you've been getting NCT U, NCT Dream, and 77. This is NCT. Like, we are all one huge group, and they're all, you know what I mean? So I understand that. And they say NCT a lot.
I would probably say lyrically it's like a 4.5.
So 4. Lastly, memorability. It's not very memorable. I didn't remember that this was their debut. And when I did, I was like, oh, it was black on black. All I could remember was black on black.
Well, this is my first time listening to it, but I can already tell you that it's not
You're not
something.
gonna remember it.
It's not going to be something I remember very well because I just feel so disappointed. Probably a 3. Are you going lower?
2.5.
Yeah.
That is it for this video. If you liked it, you know what to do. Curvy face. Annyeong.
Annyeong.